What's up guys, another video here, The Truth Gaming, Eddie K on the touch screen. This video, like I stated in my previous one, going to go through and buy some hot streaks for the RTC, which is currently happening, the Bucks versus the Kings. I am just about to buy that now, and I'll just take you through my team, so grind or buy. Now, as I stated in the last one, I came back to this game after playing it very little at the start in about early April. Wasn't really in a team for a while, was just kind of building my own deck, not seeing the benefits of being in a team. Then I found a team, did alright, but people were just not really doing anything, so kind of just stumbled across this team really. And we were really good at the start. We got GA, my first event. Then people just kind of did this max exodus. They were just like, oh, we didn't get it one event, so they're like, I'm going to go find another team, and then they'd come back, and it's like, you got to understand, like with this game is long. If you play it from when it starts in October all the way through to when it finishes in September, like that's a full year. That is a full year, and it's a big commitment. So you just got to stay with it. We have a kind of thing where we'll kick you if you don't try hard. So some people go, well, I'm not going to play it, so I might as well just leave anyway, and then they'll come back later. But it's a good team. We're ranked... where are we ranked at the moment? 17, I think it said. Doing pretty good. If you see yourself on, shout out. I'm going to post in our chat that I'm doing this video and where to see it, but we're doing alright. You know. So, I'm going to buy these hot streaks. Now, I'm not going to lie, with Rivals Crash, yeah, I hot streak. I hot streak all the time. I don't have time to sit there and play double the games to get the top 500. Like, if I can make it easier on myself, I'm gonna. Because I've got a wife, I've got 2 kids, you know, I've got to do stuff on the weekends, so I usually spend like 2 or 3 hours when they've gone to bed playing, and then during the day if I can, as just kind of tapping away subconsciously, but does, as you guys who are in relationships would know, it really annoys my wife. But she can suck a D because whatever. So I do hot streak, and I don't care if anyone thinks that's cheating or whatever. It's not cheating. It's a mobile game. It's not life or death, and you are just jealous because you can't afford it. So going through here, my last playoff reset was about 2 hours ago. It was a Kawhi playoff, so I was pretty happy with that. My last resets before that, I actually got them pretty much back to back. I got one in the morning and one in the evening. That was, I want to say, during the week, and it was because I got the Win 200 game win streak goal back to back in 2 days, and I did them, and so I was playing obviously 200 games minimum on back-to-back days, and they just kind of fell for me. It was Horace Grant and Kawhi. So I've had Kawhi. I want to say he was the first of those 2. So I've had two of my last 3 have been Kawhi Leonard, which I'm not going to complain about. It's better than, you know, Valanciunas or, you know, Mamini, you know, the center from the Pacers. It's better than those kind of bum-ass cards. Like, at least it's Kawhi. And the first one, which I pro'd, he had playoff spec, and the one I just pulled and sold earlier had defense, which I think is his best. So kind of annoyed. Like I said in my last video, I was gonna pro him, but I got a lot of small forwards. I kind of need power forward, center, and some shooting guards wouldn't go straight. I had a Kobe. My first playoff pro was actually the Magic RC card, but my second was Kobe 2010 with offense spec, and I had pretty much, I think, 2 playoff enhancement offenses, so his offense was beast. But I sold him to get some RP, sorry, for this RC. Sold him for 75. 75. I had him 75 to start, auction price, and 90. I think that bought him for 90, and I got like 70 something. 27.63. No, I got 63 off of 90 bin, because 27 is 30% of 90. Anyway, you guys know the 30% math. Anyway, so that was my playoff run. In terms of this game, in terms of tips and tricks, I'm going to do a bit of a grind here, so I'll give you my tips and tricks, but I need I've actually got that written down on a piece of paper, so I might actually just go and grab that because I put a lot of thought into it and actually wrote a way to make this game work for you. So I'm just going to go and grab that real quick. You might hear me run. I'm not going to pause this. I'll just run and get it and I'll come back. And stop the clock. So, grinding away, I'm going to read from this list. So, the most important thing about this game that I think, it depends how heavy into it you want to get. Like, some people are like, dude, this is just a little game I play here and there, have a bit of fun with, and that's cool. Or there's some people who just like live and die by it and they play it all day, every day, which I've kind of fallen in the spectrum of that. Some days I'm just on it non-stop, and other days I'm like, some weeks I play it like crazy, some weeks, that's a lie, not some weeks, I don't go that long without playing it, but some weeks I just don't play it as much. So, as I stated, you've got to understand this game goes for a year, okay? Now, if you play it on and off, you're really not going to get much out of it. It is kind of one of those things you need to consistently play and keep improving, or you're going to get left behind, which is fine because there's no money for it. You don't win anything. This Bluetooth speaker is... What, are you going to die? Your light's not even on. There you go. Turn off. So yeah, you've got to understand patience is the key to this game. Okay, so in terms of RP, goals, all of that, you've got to think in terms of week blocks. Okay, the same thing with events. They're every week. You've got to think, right, this block, this block. So getting your goals done every day is the bare minimum that you should do. Okay, so complete those 2 every day. If you get one that's like, get 10 Road to the Championship cards and it's an RC week, re-roll that sucker. If you haven't got 500 RP to re-roll, then you're doing something wrong. So re-roll, get yourself at least 5k, but you've got to understand, don't re-roll 6,000 worth to get 5. That's just not, good math, good, economics, whatever you want to call it. It just doesn't make sense. So patience is the key, okay? So if you're impatient and you're just going daily, like, you're going to get frustrated because you don't have money, you've got to wait a day, so you've got to be chilled with it, okay? You've got to be chilled with this game and take your time. Remember, it's a marathon. It's not a sprint. So you've got to pace yourself. Yeah, because if you don't, it'll lead to frustration. So complete the 2 goals every day. That's just something you've got to do. Don't spend RP until the weekend. Okay, these are my tips. This is what I do. I don't spend RP until the weekend. And then I only spend 20% of the total RP. Less than that, yeah, so I only spent 20% of what I've got. Okay, so it's an old kind of poker thing. It's like, don't take your whole money to go gamble with. You want to obviously leave a bit for you to survive. In terms of then extras packs then. So in terms of the week, they're only bought on the weekend, and never buy more than 4 at a time, because you could literally do your ass on them, and it's not worth it. So 4 max. If you get a wild card after 2, I mean, you can call it a day whenever, but max is 4. Okay? So, wild cards, on the topic of that, I mean, I had this at the start. I don't do this anymore because they're just few and far between. I didn't use wild cards until I had at least 3. So if I got one, I saved it. Like, unless... The only reason I wouldn't do that is if there was a specific reason I needed it. So to move up a tier or something like that. But at the moment, I save it because with seasons, I don't start them until I've got these 3 untrained playoff pros now anyway, which I've only done once, but this is a new rule I'm starting. I'm not going to start a season until I've got those 3 untrained playoff pros. This all sounds like verbal diarrhea, but it'll make sense. So, yeah, the exception to using the wild cards would be, yeah, like an event card or anything like that. But, again, don't do it until you're starting a season and you've got 3. So only use 1 wild card per pro, so no 2 wild cards for 1 card, okay? So you're using star contracts or you're using veteran contract if you've got 2 of the playoff card. That's just, don't waste wild card. Don't waste, they're so rare, don't waste wild cards on 1 card. So 2 wild cards for 1 playoff card doesn't make sense. Just based off the rarity of the card, getting the wild card and things like that. Yes, mate. There's my son crying in the background. Oh, Father of the Year. Yeah, okay. Then in terms of that, so in terms of the auction house, don't buy cards off the auction house. Only sell. Right now, the exception is obviously for a playoff card at the moment. So you can buy a playoff card, but again, it comes back to then the RP you can spend can only be 20% of your total. So if you've only got 50,000 RP and the card's 50,000 RP, that's going to do your ass. So don't do it. Okay. Only sell. Only sell. You don't need to buy cards in the auction house. You should be grinding, getting your RC card, and now that the RTCs are all playoffs pretty much, you can get at least 3 or 4. Don't buy cards on the auction house. The cards in the RTC and the RC are better anyway than the standard playoff cards you can buy. So why waste money? Unless you're trying to pro something to help you with an RC or an RTC, sure. But even now, you can get playoff cards that are like ultra rare difficulty on the RDC. So anyone can get one. Don't waste your money buying it on the auction house. The only thing I might say is, well, and it shouldn't be 20% of what you've got, but buying the cards for the Blacktop Challenge to get the recipe, now that they're so cheap, like an ultimate recipe is 2,000, I want to say 600 Blacktop coins, and all you really need is the 4 cards which are ultra rares and epics, and epic enhancements. So all of that shit's really, really easy. Great, so moving on. Yeah, when proing, yeah, mate, all good. I also buy a minimum, and this is obviously going to limit you if you can't buy things, but I buy 2-star contracts a week, or a fortnight, unless I get a good agent. So I want to have at least 2 a week. That goes back to my season kind of requisite of having the 3 untrained. So I need to have those star contracts. I don't buy packs except for extras packs and star contract packs. There's no point. There is just no point. No point. I can't stress that enough. It's a waste of money to buy any kind of pack. Hall of Fame pack, Greats pack. It's all bullshit. I saw a guy spend $75, right? This is in Australia. It's $75 for, actually I think $150 for the 6,500 credit. Wow. I saw this kid, he did a YouTube video. He bought one, right? Then he opened it. And he got a fucking standard playoff card. That was his best card he got for spending $150. Man, even in the States, that $120. Fucking phone's on low battery mode, which keeps cutting out. That's why it's doing that. That much money, and all you got was a standard playoff. I mean, it's just, there's no point. It's CatDaddy just trolling. There's no point to buy any pack except the extras packs. Even they're, annoying most of the time. You can get 5 energies, or the star contract, which you're always going to get a star contract, so it's always good. Yeah, quick sells too. You got to quick sell the 2,500 limit each day. Make 10 grand a week. Why not? Why not make 10 grand RP a week extra by just quick selling? It's easy. Let's do it. Yeah. In terms of RC, always get the top 500. Get your good cards in RTC. Standard shit. And I always try to play a minimum of 500 quick games a week now. But that's pretty much it. I mean, basic stuff. In terms of Blacktop, now that the recipe's lower, like, buy the cards that you can off the auction house. Again, at the end of the week, save. The Blacktop recipe is there for a month. Okay? Try to do the ultimate one. Don't mess around doing a basic or a super. get into the ultimate and increase your chance. So it starts at 7%. Feed that thing until you get up to 25, 30, because then you've got a 1 in 3 chance roughly of getting that blacktop recipeed playoff card. Now, in saying that, I've never done that. I'm going to this month because the recipe is so low and I've got all the epic abilities. I just need to buy the 4 cards and get some spec upgrades, which I'll open a few packs and get that after this RTC. So I'm going to bring a video when I do that. Knowing my luck, though, I'll probably open the recipe and get a friggin' epic. Last month I opened 2, I want to say, super recipes. I got a legendary and an epic one. So I was kind of like, yep, standard, waste of time, waste of money. But then they reduced everything down. And I've got about 12,000 blacktop points. So that's 6 if I can get the epic enhancements. But anyway, I'm just grinding along here. I haven't been paying attention. Hopefully I haven't lost any. I hate wasting these hot streaks. But I know when I wake up tomorrow, so I mean, which would be full Sunday for you guys in the States. I know when I wake up, usually on Monday morning, I've dropped from like 200 something in rank to like 400 and something, and then that last kind of 3 or 4 hours is just like a panic to kind of stay in the top 500. But it's all good. I'll buy like, I'll see how I go with what my goals are today. If it's a 10 or a 20k, I should be able to buy another 75 to do tonight, and then tomorrow at least do a couple of 12s. Just to keep me in that top 500. I don't think I'd ever go for top 100. Like I said, I've got kids, I've got a wife, I work. I haven't got the time. Even though it's for us, it starts Friday morning at 2 a.m. It's pretty much all weekend. I haven't got the time, man. I mean, who knows? But anyway, they're the tips of what I do to kind of make this game work for me. Again, patience is the key, and just have fun with it. Like, if you've got to take time off for a week, do it. Like, missing a road to the championship or an RC isn't going to kill you. And in terms of your season, like, work with whatever tier you're on. Try and have 8 pro cards of that tier, 3 untrained of that same level, and then the remaining 4 have of the one below. So if you were in a star tier season, you want to have obviously 8 star pros, 3 untrained star pros, and 4 legendary pros, fully trained. You know, and work that as you go down. And that generally, when you get into it, and you don't have to charge the 3 untrained of that level until the playoff starts if you want. If you want to trick some people and think they're going to walk over you, and then just bam, charge those 3, you'll smash it. So make it work for you. I'm really excited for 17. Some things I want to see them bring in is being able to buy or auction wildcards. Like I said with my team in a chat once, it's like, I'd pay 100k for a wildcard because it's guaranteed. People say, oh, but an extras pack is 5. It's like, yeah, I've done some where I've had 5k, I bought an extras pack, and I've got a wild card. That's few and far between. The amount of money I've spent trying to get one, I would auction one off and have a minimum of 50k. And I'd, damn it. Also, I was watching Lamani, I want to say it was Lamani's YouTube thing, and he was talking about it. It was an old video, it just kind of came up in my YouTube recommended, of like how he would fix the RC. And I definitely think his idea of adding like star contracts and wild cards as a part of the reward to differentiate. So from like 1 to 5, you get the 2 RC cards, plus you get 2 wild cards and 2 star contracts, so you can pro them straight away. That's great. And then from like 5 to 25 even, just have like the 2 RC cards, 1 star contract, 1 wild card. And then below that, like 25 to 50, have just the 2 RC cards. And then like 50 to 100, have 1 RC card, a star contract, a wild card. There's such big gaps between things, because literally like the drop from the 1 to 5 to the 6 to the 25, I want to say, isn't bad. Like 2 RC cards versus 1 RC card foil, that's cool. But then from like that 25 to 100, like, no, that's not right. Look, you guys know what it is. 1 to 5, I think, and then it's 6 to 100. Yeah, I think so. So that's all cool. But then from like 500 down, if you came 500 in first and you were gonna get an RC card and then you just get a playoff card, like make it better than that. Make it like a playoff, like all-star card or a playoff record setter card. Like create a new card for the RC to do that. I mean, you are anyway. Why not make them like record setter? And I mean, I guess you can't just create records. They have to be in existence. So, you know, I get that. But yeah, just making them a bit better, because at the moment, like, there's no. The RC is way more work than the Road to the Championship, and the Road to the Championship top card is usually better than the RC card. So why would I slave away with RC trying to grind to get in the top 100 when I can just play a Road to the Championship at my own pace, use some credits if I've got them to buy game nights, hot streak with my RP like I would anyway for RC. Just doesn't make sense. The reward, you put in way more work for the RC, but the rewards aren't as good. Like, so the differentiation between RC and how hard it is to the Road to the Championship, yeah, add in a star contract, add in a wild card. I don't want to see too much of a change to the game in terms of 16 to 17. Like, yeah, they're going to do the graphics a bit different. You know, there'll be different cards, but still think the way that they've done the quick games, adding in how we didn't have overtime like there was in 15 and 14, like it was just the 2 card event quarter, that all should stay. Yeah, everything's really cool. I don't know what they'll add. I don't want them to mess it up. If you look at like console games, when they add heaps, they tend to mess it up and kind of miss the point of what people like about the game by trying to add in kind of arbitrary crap. So it's all pretty cool. But yeah, I'm just hoping they don't change it. The rewards need to be better. Last year's rewards were just crap. They were so bad. Like, what they did between 14 and 15, where they gave us, like, depending on, you know, I think it was games played for that one. I want to say it was games played. I'm not sure, but it should be games played anyway. That should be a separate loyalty for the people who actually play versus people who just buy grades packs. But CatDaddy love them credits. They love that money. And they'll reward you for spending money. But it should be like, right, yeah, when you start next year, you get like, yeah, make it ultra rare finals cards. Like they did when it was 2014 to 15, you got the San Antonio Spurs ultra rare cards. So if you met a tier, you kind of started great. Whereas this year it was trash, man. It was not good. But anyway, that's this video. I'm going to leave it here. I haven't pulled anything. I don't know. I haven't even been watching. I've just been tapping away. I know where my cards are. So hopefully I haven't lost too many of these hot streak games. And hopefully I've pulled something, but I don't think I have. Anyway, guys, stay tuned. The Truth Gaming. I'm Eddie K. My team on this is the Aussie Battlers, which I was going to change for next year and have it the Truth Gaming, but, you know, if I want my rewards, I've got to keep the same name. So you all know, if you see me, Aussie Battlers, it's the Truth Gaming. And yeah, I'll be back soon. Probably next video I'll do will be to reveal what I got in RC. But yeah, you'll see that soon. Alright guys, like, subscribe, write something in the comments if I've said some absolute crap you don't agree with, or you've got some better ideas, but let me